Hello, G. Namaste. A very wonderful morning to each and everyone. Welcome to this wonderful morning session. Welcome to Unacademy. This is yours, Shaik Imran. I am a biology faculty having more than 5 years of teaching experience in competitive exams like Karnataka CET, AP Telangana MCET, in NCRT also. Also experienced as a teacher in International School of Qatar country of Indian school. I am here to teach you biology subject for Karnataka CET 2021. The aspirants who are going to write the exam for Karnataka CET 2021, I would like to wish you first of all a hearty wishes from my side. Definitely you will become a top ranker with Unacademy. For that, always keep connected with Unacademy, follow our all educators profiles, you can crack your KCET, right? So, in this wonderful session, we are going to discuss about reproduction in organisms. So, previous classes we have discussed about reproduction organisms, evaluation of reproduction, types of reproduction, asexual reproduction, types. In this session, we are going to discuss about sexual method of reproduction and the events, what kind of activities occur in sexual method of reproduction. Not only in YouTube classes, I am regularly taking classes in an academy learning app also. You can join with me daily 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. for biology sessions in an academy learning app. Download the Unacademy learning app from Play Store and install it. Once you download from your laptop, PC, tab, your Android phone, search your goal as Karnataka CET. Once you type the Karnataka CET, you will find Karnataka Common Entrance Test and select your course by clicking on the plus option. Select your preference language as English and you have to sign in or log in. Once you sign in, if you verify with your mobile number and email, you can interact with your educators. You can post your comments, you can ask your doubts during live session. So the email and mobile number verification is necessary to interact and ask your questions with your educators, right? Once you download the profile, you can follow my profile in an academy learning app. You can share my profile with your all friends. Whatever doubts you have, you can message to all educators, not only mine. You can follow all your favorite educators. We have in an academic case top educators from Karnataka level, India level also. We have best faculty. Once you start following our profiles, there you will get all free upcoming live classes notification. You cannot miss our classes. Also, once you start following our profiles, there you will get all previously completed topics which help you a lot for your complete preparation. Right? If you are watching first time, this is for you. These videos, what you are watching right now, these are completely free. If you like an academy, you can go for plus subscription. You can get 12 months plan, which cost around 12,375. You can go for 6 months plan, which cost around 10,125. You can pay like per month EMI also. If you are a new subscriber, if you want to subscribe for first time, you can go for 1 month plan, which cost around 2,250. There you can understand better about an academy, how the academy educators are providing best education for you. You can understand better. Being a plus subscriber, you will get premium content at very low and affordable price. You can sit and learn from your home. You no need to spend your much energy, time, money also. So comparing with other platforms, we have best options for you. You will get structured live courses. You will get dedicated live doubt clearing sessions. In this dedicated live doubt clear session, you will get 100% clarity of your doubts. And you will have quiz at regular session and interval session. You can get your analysis. The quizzes will be helpful for you lot for attending your upcoming exams. We have already started batches for complete preparation. You can join with us. You will get test series. You will get daily practice test. You will get full length mock test which help you for your complete analysis. And the single subscription for unlimited access. you can crack your dreams. You can crack Karnataka CET 2021 with Unacademy. So why need to do it? You can start learning in Plus course. You can join with us in Plus course by 1 month, 6 months, 12 months, or also we have 2 years plans also for you. So you can join with us in Plus course. If you want to learn with me in Plus course, use my code, that is IMRANLIVE. If you want to learn with me in Plus course, use my code. You will get me as your biology educator, as well as you will get set of complete preparation. By using my code, you will get 10% off in your fees. If you take 1 month, 6 months, 12 months, or 2 years, if you use my code, that is Imran Live, you will get 10% off. Right? So don't forget to subscribe our KCET YouTube channel. Click on the bell icon. You will be getting all free upcoming live class notification. Right. Let's start our discussion deeply. We are dealing with class 12 NCRT, that is chapter unit number 6, reproduction. So we have started chapter number 1, reproduction in organisms. Also we will very soon start chapter number 2, sexual reproduction in flowering plants, chapter number 3, human reproduction, chapter number 4, reproductive health. These all things we will deal in our regular sessions. For that you have to keep connected. Let's join together. We will crack our Karnataka CET 2021. So in this session, we will deal complete about reproduction, the activities before fertilization, and what is fertilization, after fertilization, what kind of activities occur in living body. We will study these all things. Let's start our discussion about sexual reproduction. It is found in almost all animals. Sexual reproduction found in almost all animals, plants, and other microorganisms also, like fungi, like bacteria, like protists. So this not only permitted for animals, not only permitted for flowering plants, this sexual method of reproduction also we can see in some microorganisms, fungi, bacteria, protists also. It is biparental process. This is biparental process. That means this is a biparental. Here we can see involvement of two parents. One is male and one is female. These male and female should participate for production of offspring. So that is biparental. Male and female gametes are formed. In this case of sexual method of reproduction, we can see the formation of male and female gametes. Generally, the male gametes in the case of human are sperm cells. In the case of female, the gamete cells are ova, right? Germ cells act as reproductive units. These are the germ cells, gametes, sperms, and ova. These act as reproductive units. Without germ cells, there cannot be reproduction. Fertilization of male and female gametes occur in the order to obtain the zygote. The male gametes are sperm cells and the female gametes are ova. They fuse together to form zygote. Do you know the zygote is a single celled organism made up of two different nucleus which starts a new living. All living beings, including human, plants, animals, our life has started from the zygote only. All kind of living things life started from zygote in the case of sexual method of reproduction. Right? Hope this is clear for everyone. Enjoying the lecture? Then keep liking always. Keep sharing this video link with your friends. Let them also join together. We will start learning. Right? During during meiosis division, during meiosis division, haploid gametes are produced from diploid germ cells. The germ cells which are present in male testes and female ova, the germ cells, they produce gametes. Germ cells are diploid, that means they are two number. The germ cells, they produce gametes. The gametes are always single number. Remember, always gametes single number, single nucleus we can see. But the germs are diploid, they are two number. Right? Meiosis, cell division, syngamy, fertilization, and conjugation are involved in sexual method of reproduction. In the case of sexual method of reproduction, meiosis, syngamy, and conjugation, these kind of activities can be seen. Yes, Akshay, Akhil, okay, dear, clear for everyone? Right. Whatever doubts you have, you can comment below. I will be clarifying your doubts also. We will learn. The sexual reproduction is generally a slow process. Sexual method of reproduction is generally a slow process. Prominent male and female, prominent male and female reproductive organs are required to perform sexual method of reproduction. To perform sexual method of reproduction, male and female reproductive organs are required. Without male and female reproductive organs, the copulation cannot be occur. Without copulation, the sperms cannot be released into female reproductive tract. There we cannot see formation of zygote. So the male and female reproductive organs are necessary. Right. Let's start discussing some more deeply events of sexual reproduction. During sexual reproduction, what kind of events can be seen? There we can see pre-fertilization events. That means before fertilization. What kind of activities done in the living body for reproduction? Fertilization. We will study about fertilization also. And we will study about post-fertilization, means after fertilization, after formation of zygote, what kind of activities can be seen in animals. So, are you ready? Yes, we will start. Keep liking always. Keep sharing the video link with your all friends. Let them also join together. Yes. Pre-fertilization. That means before fertilization, what kind of activities occurs? Before fertilization, the organs which are reproducing, they have to prepare the gametes. They have to prepare the gametes, and they have to transfer. Gametogenesis. Gametogenesis is nothing but production of gametes from respective male and female organs. Gametogenesis. Gametogenesis is nothing but production of gametes. Gametogenesis, right? Gamete transfer. After production of gametes, the gametes should transfer from one place to one place. Otherwise, the fertilization will not occur. Everything we will study, you no need to worry. I am here to make everything crystal clear. There should not be doubts remaining in your mind related to same topic at the end of the session. So for that, always keep watching, keep connecting up to end of the session. There you will get 100% full clarity. Gametogenesis. Gametogenesis is nothing but production of gametes. If we are talking about female, what female produces? Female produces ova, ovum. What male produces? Male produces sperm, right? From the germ cells, the sperms will be arised. Everything we will discuss again in our upcoming topics like human reproductive system. There in male reproductive system and female reproductive system, everything we will study about oogenesis, spermatogenesis, everything we will study. If we talk about female, female consists ovum, the production of ovum in embryo, sorry, in ovary. In their ovary, the production of ova we call oogenesis. Do you know? In the case of female, during their menstrual cycle, for each cycle, they produce single ova only. They produce single ova only during their menstrual cycle. Once per month, once in menstrual cycle, they produce single ova. And spermatogenesis occurs in male. Male produce sperm. Production of sperm in testes, that is called spermatogenesis. Comparing with oogenesis, spermatogenesis is very fast process. Do you know from each and every testicular lobules, the testes contain so many particles that we call testicular lobules. Each testicular lobules can make thousands of cells per minute. That means the production of sperms is continuously taking place. In the case of oogenesis, the production of ova from female ovary for one menstrual cycle, it occurs only one time. It occurs only for one time. In the case of spermatogenesis in male, sperms will be continuously producing. Once a male starts puberty, from the age of 13 to 14 until the death, the testes continuously will be producing sperms. Clear for everyone, right? So you can see here this is nothing but oogenesis. Ova will produce ovums and sperms. Sperms takes place in testes. Ovary produces ova. Gamete transfer. Yes. The ovary produces ova, ovum. Oogenesis we have studied. Testes produces sperms. Spermatogenesis we studied. Now after production, how they will transfer? How they will transfer? In the case of human, in fallopian tube of ovary, the ova slowly moves from fimbriae, ovary to fimbriae, fimbriae to isthmus, isthmus to ampulla. These are the regions. Everything we will study in our reproduction in human female reproductive organs, female reproductive system. We will study only. So the ova of female move from ovary to ampulla. Ampulla is the place where the fertilization occurs, right? And the sperms, which are released into female reproductive tract, they have to swim. By swimming, you can see the microscopic view of sperms. You can see here. So microscopic view of sperms you can observe here. Generally, this is the neck part. So it's head, nucleus, neck, and tail region. This looks like sperm, and this is ova. Comparing with sperm, ova is thousand rads larger. The sperms are millions in number. Once population done, sperms released into million numbers. The sperms travel towards ova to fertilize for fusing. Right? The number of sperms are much more comparing with ova. Ova will be only one. In most of the organisms, male gametes are motile. Most of the organisms, male are movable. The sperms have flagella. Also, this is important thing in entire human body. The only cells which have flagella, sperm cells. The sperm cell having flagella which help in swim in female vaginal tract to reach the ova for fertilization. Female gametes are generally non-motile because the ova which contain nutrients, that is why it is solid structure. It cannot move from one place to one place. And the sperms and the male gametes, they not contain any kind of nutrients. They contain flagella which help them to move in the water. Right? In aquatic plants, gametes transfer takes place through water. Aquatic plants which are growing in water, the gametes released into water. The gametes can be spore, gametes can be sperm, gametes can be various kinds of gametes. Reproductive cells are present in various kinds of organisms. Male gametes are produced in very large number. Comparing with the ova, male reproductive gametes are very large in number because a large number of male gametes are lost during transport. Here what happens is, once so many number of male gametes released into water or released into female reproductive tract, that is vaginal tract, there so many number of large number of sperms gametes lose the ability to survive. So there, for example, during copulation, once male released millions of sperms, in the millions of sperms, only 100 or 200 sperms only able to reach the ova, near the ova, at the region of ampulla. There only single sperm only fuse with ova. So they require large amount of number because during the transportation from female vaginal tract to ovary, ampulla, so it can be nearly 28 to 32 centimeters distance. To travel 30 centimeters, the large number of sperms will die. So that is the reason why we have more number of sperms. And the Female ova is very safely located in ampulla. Let's understand about fertilization. Fertilization, also called as syngamy, it is nothing but it is complete and it is permanent. Once this process occurs, it is cannot reversible. That is we call permanent fusion of two gametes from different parents. That means fusion of male and female gametes, male sperm, female ova is called as fertilization. Fusion of male and female gametes called as fertilization. In different parents, male and female, it can be same parents also, sir. How it is takes place in same parent? Yes, we have some hermaphrodites we have studied during animal kingdom classification. Hermaphrodites are that kind of animals which contain male and female reproductive organs also. Of course, if they have male and female reproductive organs also, they do cross fertilization. For example, in the case of earthworm, the earthworm will do cross fertilization. That means the sperm and ova they transfer with each and other earthworms. So there we can see genetic variations. For the variations, they perform cross fertilization. So generally, male and female reproductive gametes which fuse together to form the zygote that we call fertilization. Right? It results in formation of single celled zygote is always single celled and which contain diploid means two nucleus. Now question rises here, why the zygote is diploid? Because this is 2n 2 number nucleus, because the zygote formed from ova contain nucleus, also formed from sperm also contain nucleus. The nucleuses of sperm and ova which fuse together to form zygote. So that is the reason here we have sperm, ova. In these hundreds, millions of sperms, only one sperm only fuse with one ova, right? So the ova and sperm which fuse it together to form zygote, the zygote is two number. Hope this is clear for everyone. Why it is two number? Because it consists sperm ova also, nucleus ova also. Sorry, ova nucleus and sperm nucleus. It is of two types. The fertilization is two types. One is external fertilization, second is internal fertilization. The fertilization, the fusion of male and female gametes are two types. One is external, second is internal. Let's understand what is external, what is internal fertilization. In the case of external fertilization, it occurs outside of the body of organisms. Mostly it occurs in the water only. Generally, the organisms which cannot lay their sperms into female reproductive tract, generally they release their sperms, that male gametes, into water. Then female ova also released into water. In the case of amphibians, especially, the amphibians release thousands of ova at a time. In the case of human, for one menstrual cycle, only one ova will be produced. In the case of amphibians like frogs, during releasing of ova, they release thousands of ova into the water. Also, male at a time, male also release sperms into water, and the fertilization occurs in the water. In the water means that is outside of the body. The fertilization which is occurring outside of the body is external fertilization. Generally, we can be seen in many aquatic organisms like majority of algae also they release their spore. Cnidarians, fishes, spices means fishes, they release their gametes, ova and sperms into the water. Also, we can see in amphibians. Generally, we have already studied in our lower classes about frogs. Once copulation done in frogs, they release the ova and they release the sperms into the water. So, during the traveling of the sperms towards ova, so many large number of sperms will die. So that is the reason they release more number of sperms. Internal fertilization. Internal fertilization is nothing but it occurs inside the body of the organism. Generally, in higher organisms like reptiles, birds, and mammals, they have well developed copulatory organs. During copulation, they release sperms into female vaginal tract. There, what happens is the sperms travel towards ova. The fertilization occurs inside the female body. That is internal fertilization. Internal is mostly in female body only. So that is internal fertilization. Yes. Let's understand post-fertilization events. That means we have studied pre-fertilization events. In pre-fertilization events, we have understood about oogenesis, spermatogenesis, production of ova, production of sperms we have studied, and we have understood about fertilization also. What is fertilization? Fusion of male and female gametes, types of fertilization, internal fertilization and external fertilization. We have studied examples also. Now we will study once fertilization occurs, what kind of activities done in the organism. After fertilization, formation of zygote can be seen. Formation of zygote, which is two nucleated, diploid, and next to that, we can see embryogenesis, that is nothing but development of embryo. The development of embryo can be different in weeks, different in days, different in years also, different in months also, based on the organism. Do you know the large animals like elephant, they produce the offspring, they carry the babies for long years. In the case of kangaroos, which live in Australia, their gestation is very less time. That means which carry their embryo, it is very less time. In the case of human being, it is generally about 9 months. So based upon the living body, the embryogenesis, that means the gestation period is different. Zygote. Let's understand deeply about the zygote. Zygote is the vital link that ensure continuity of species between organisms of one generation to the next generation. That is very simple. The zygote is the link which is forming from one generation to one generation. How? Generally, in every sexually reproduced organism, including human beings also, of course, we are also sexually reproduced by our parents. Life started as a single cell zygote. Our all life started as a single celled zygote. The zygote, which formed by fusion of male and female gametes, the zygote start replication through meiosis division, and it continues that cell division through mitotic division. Everything we will study. Yes, zygote is diploid, which consists two nucleus. One is from sperm, one is from ova-nucleus, and it contains 23 pairs. That means 46 number of chromosome. That means 23 from male and 23 from female. 23 from male, 23 from female. So they contain the chromosomes, which consist genetic material of DNA and RNA. Hope this is clear for everyone. If you have doubts, whatever doubts you can have, you can comment below. I am here to make everything crystal clear. Yes, understanding Sheikh, Akshay, Akhil, Inder, SG. Wonderful. Can I have the same likes on the screen also? Keep liking always. Make me more energetic with your wonderful likes. Your likes make me more energetic. Right. Wonderful. Let's understand about the embryogenesis. Embryogenesis is nothing but once fertilization occurs, once fertilization occurs, we can see formation of zygote. Right? The zygote several develops into several cells. There we can see formation of embryo. The development of embryo in female body, that is known as embryogenesis. Embryogenesis is nothing but growing of fetus, growing of embryo in female reproductive tract, that is embryogenesis. How it works, we will discuss deeply the process of development of embryo from zygote. The zygote which develop as embryo is embryogenesis. It is embryogenesis. During embryogenesis, zygote undergoes mitotic cell division and the cell start differentiated. Once the zygote forms, the zygote forms to two cells. The two cells form four cells. Their meiosis stops. Then it starts cell division through mitotic division. The mitotic division, sorry, mitotic division, the four cells multiply into eight cells. The eight cells multiply into 16 cells. The 16 cells multiply into 32, 32 multiply into 64. Like that, the cell division occurs. Complete body organs and body structure forms before the delivery. So that we call embryogenesis. Formation of complete embryo from the zygote is embryogenesis. So generally, from four cells which form eight cells from mitotic division, eight cells to it form 16 cells that we call morula. Morula is a stage where the 16 cells of embryo is present. Later it forms 32. There we can see blastula. Blastula is a stage. Everything these all terms we will discuss in our human reproduction topic also. Later it converts into 64, which called as gastrula. Right? So this is nothing but the zygote has formed, the zygote multiply into 2, 2 to 4, then meiosis stops. Then through mitotic division from 4 to it continues as 8 cells, 8 to it forms 16 cells. The stage of embryo with 16 cells we call morula. The stage of embryo with 32 cells we call blastula. The stage of embryo with 64 cells we call gastrula. In the case of gastrula, there we can see formation of gem layers. Formation of gem layers can be seen in gastrula stage. Everything one by one we will discuss. You no need to worry. In embryogenesis, on the basis of development of zygote, animals are grouped into. Generally, once fertilization occurs, zygote forms. The zygote several develops, cell divides into form embryo. The growth of embryo, the mode of growth of embryo based upon the all animals grouped into three types. They are oviparous, viviparous, and ovoviviparous. Nothing. It is very simple. Based on the mode of development of embryo, the mode of development of zygote to embryo, the all animals grouped into three types. Hope this is clear for everyone. Yes. Yeah, thank you, Ajmat and Karim. Very nice to see your likes on the screen. Yeah, wonderful. Yes, keep sharing this video link with your all friends. Let them also join together. So knowledge will increase when you share your knowledge. Let's sharing your knowledge. Oviparous, viviparous, ovoviviparous are the organisms. We have grouped them based on the development of zygote to embryo. Hope this is clear. Yes. Let's understand about oviparous and viviparous. Hope in your lower classes of class 8, class 10, you have understood well about oviparous, viviparous. You know generally the animals which lay eggs, oviparous, which give birth to direct young ones are viviparous. So here nothing to learn. So simply we will discuss one more time. We will recall one more time about your previous knowledge. Animals that produces eggs. Animals that produces eggs that mature and hatch, which break to arise new young one, being expelled from the body. That means the animals which lay eggs outside from the body, the egg should lay outside, and the egg after maturing, the egg will hatch. Hatch means breaking the egg, and we can see arising the new baby from the egg that we call oviparous animals. Animals that give birth to developed living individuals. The animals which give birth to developed, the animals are already fully developed in embryo. They are already fully developed animals. So animals which give birth to developed one that we call oviparous. Sorry, viviparous. Viviparous means which give birth to young one. Oviparous means ovum. Remember shortcut ova means ovum, egg. And the oviparous, they lay eggs either fertilized or unfertilized eggs. The oviparous, which lay eggs, the eggs can be fertilized eggs, the eggs can be unfertilized eggs also. They lay eggs into outside of the body, oviparous. And generally, viviparous, they give birth to young individuals. And the oviparous may undergo internal or external fertilization. So here we can see internal or external fertilization. In the case of viviparous, we can see only internal fertilization. There is no external fertilization in viviparous. The, the development of zygote occur outside of the body. Generally, the development of body inside the egg occurs outside of the body. The development of body occurs inside the body in the case of viviparous. Right? The embryo receives nutrients. In the case of oviparous, the embryo receives nutrients from the yolk. For example, this is egg, which consists a layers called yolk layers. So the yolk layers provide nutrients to the baby inside. In the case of viviparous, the embryo receives the nutrients from the placenta of mother. The placenta is temporary tissues in female reproductive tract which arise to provide nutrients to the baby. From the placenta, the baby will be attached to uterus of female reproductive tract. There is a part called umbilical cord. Umbilical cord attached with placenta to baby's navel part. Their nutrition supply can be take place. The chance of survival are very less. The eggs which laid by birds, the survival are very very less. In the case of hens, if we discuss about, for example, there are very very less kinds of chances are present to survive. The egg can be eaten by other snakes, egg can be eaten by ourselves, humans, or egg can be made as omelette also. For example, if you talk about hen's eggs. So the survival of viviparous, the chances are more because it is safely, securely kept under female reproductive tract. Example we can see birds, reptiles, amphibians which lay eggs. Birds, reptiles, fishes which lay eggs. And most mammals, majority of mammals, they lay sorry majority of mammals they give birth to young ones, right? And reptiles, birds, amphibians, they give birth to egg. The egg hatches, the new baby will come outside. Hope this is clear for everyone, right? Ovoviviparous are nothing but these produce eggs. These also produce eggs, but instead of laying eggs from the body, they won't release the eggs outside of the body. The egg develop within the mother's body. This is important thing. The eggs which develop in the mother body, they lay eggs only. The eggs will not be released outside of the body. The eggs will be developed in the mother body that we call ovoviviparous. The eggs hatch within the mother body. The eggs hatch, the breakdown of egg and arising of new organism can take place in the mother body only. That is the purpose we call ovo eggs viviparous, growth of body in the body, growth of the organism inside the mother body. Embryo gets nutrients from yolk sac stored in eggs. The embryo gets nutrients, food substance from the yolk like oviparous and it stores in eggs. Examples included some sharks which are ovoviviparous, scorpions are example for ovoviviparous. And let's understand about gastrulation. Gastrulation is nothing but it is formation of three germ layers. Have you attended my classes in our animal kingdom? During animal kingdom, we have studied about germ layers. If it is present, outer, external ectoderm and internal endoderm, and in between middle derm that we call triploblastic. If the presence of external ectoderm and internal endoderm and absence of mesoderm, that we call diploblastic layers, right? So that is what now we are going to discuss. Gastrulation is nothing but once the cell formed into 64 in embryo, there we can see gastrulation. In the gastrulation, we can see formation of gem layers, the body which forms ectoderm in between ectoderm and endoderm, mesoderm. So this formation of three gem layers we call gastrulation. Formation of gem layers can be seen in gastrulation. From the gastrulation, the gem layers formed, then the body develops into proper manner. Right, Ji? Understood? And organogenesis. Organogenesis is nothing but it is formation of different systems, different organ systems from the three gem layers. This is the formation of different systems from the three gem layers. In gastrula, we have studied the formation of three gem layers. From the formation of three gem layers, we can see organs starts developing. So about our embryogenesis, we will study in our reproduction in humans also. There we will discuss and the week wise, month wise, which organ develop in which month, which organ develop first, which organ develop last. So we will study everything. Also, I just want to give you small information in embryo, entire embryo, first organs which developed in embryo, nervous system. Nervous system starts develops. Nervous system start develops in embryo. Then and finally lungs start develops. First nervous system can be seen and last lungs will develop. So that is the reason baby, if any baby developed or we can see the early delivery. Early delivery means in the month of 7th month, 8th month, if any baby delivered from the mother, there we can see improper developments of lungs. So there we can see the respiratory problems also can be arise from that kind of babies. So that is the reason the lungs are developing in embryo final stage. Pasteurization. Pasteurization is nothing but this is the process of giving birth to the baby after carrying the baby for 9 months in humans. The female mother carry the baby for 9 months. After 9 months, the period will come to give birth. That is the delivery. During delivery, it can be operation, it can be normal delivery. So everything we will study in our reproduction chapter. No need to worry. Just I am here giving introduction. In this introduction chapter, hope you are understanding better about. Right. This is the process which mother gives birth to baby. During delivery, the mother has to face the pasteurization. The pasteurization is the period where the baby delivers. That means which come outside from the mother's uterus. Right. So here the organism, the fetus, the newborn baby has to face various kind of atmosphere, that is new temperature in the mother organism, in the mother body. So there is no sunlight. Once the baby comes outside, there it can see various kinds of sounds and various kinds of atmosphere, heat. So the baby has to adjust for outer environment. And let's understand about mammalian reproductive cycle. Reproductive cycle means in the case of mammals, all mammals, how the reproduction occurs. In the case of mammalians, we have Estrous cycle. Also, we have menstrual cycle. About everything we will discuss now. The Estrous cycle can be seen in non-primates. Non-primates are examples like cow, sheep, cat, rat, dog, etc. The organisms which use tetrapods, which have tetrapods, right? The primates are the groups which contain two limbs plus two hands. We have two limbs, two hands. So that is the reason all mammals like humans, monkeys, apes kept under primates. Primates contain two limbs for walking, two forelimbs for hand catching the developed one. In the case of Estrous means non-primates, they have four limbs. The four limbs are used for walking only, running only. Hope this is clear. Estrous cycle in non-primates. Non-primates are cow, sheep, cat, dog, etc. Right? Menstrual cycle occurs in primate group like apes, monkeys, and mammals. Yes, the understanding clear for everyone. Then keep liking always. Here I will explain you. I will give you good knowledge related non-primates. The non-primates, it has Estrous cycle. Estrous cycle is nothing but the Estrous cycle. Also, once upon a time, it was calling as OE spelling, derived from Latin. Estrous derived from Latin. So whenever you see this word both are Estrous cycle only. Don't get confused, right? That means the sexual desires. The word Estrous means which consists sexual desires. That comprises the recurring physiological change that are induced by reproductive hormones in their body. There are reproductive hormones which arise sexual desires. In the sexual desires cannot be seen in all kind of animals. The sexual desires can be seen in some other lower organisms, but the sexual desires well developed in humans, also well developed in dolphins also, right? The organisms which make copulation, the organisms which make copulation not only for reproduction, they perform copulation for reproduction also as well as to fulfill their their sexual desires. We can see in humans also as well as dolphins also, right? Ji? Clear for everyone. Differences is that the animal have estrous cycle. In animal estrous cycle reabsorb the endometrium. Endometrium is a type of tissue which form on the uterus line, so it reabsorb if conception does not occur during the cycle. So what happens is in the case of Estrous cycle of non-primates, they reabsorb the tissues which are about to release outside. They reabsorb again. Animals that have menstrual cycle, in the case of humans also, amphibians like apes, monkeys, during the cycle, the endometrium, it will be released outside through menstruation. Once menstruation occurs, the endometrium, the tissues, which is vestigial tissues, will be excreted outside. In the case of estrus, non-primates, they reabsorb the endometrium. Endometrium is the which is supposed to excrete outside through fluid discharge. In species with estrous cycle, female are sexually active. The females are always sexually active during the estrus phase. During the estrus phase, the female are sexually active and their cycle ovulation period. Once in the case of primates, once they get menstrual cycle, they are sexually inactive. Sexually inactive. In the case of estrous animals, non-primates, once they get estrous cycle, they will be sexually very active. This is also referred to as being a heat animal. That means when they have heat in the body, more heat, that is the example. During the estrous cycle, they perform sexually very active. It controls female of species with menstrual cycle. The menstrual cycle can be sexually active at any time in the cycle. So in the case of, don't get confused, in the case of estrus, they are anytime they can be sexually active. In the case of primates, which are performing menstrual cycle, once they get menstrual cycle, they will be seen sexually not active, right? Because their fluid will be discharging can be seen in female. So that is the reason they are sexually not active. Sexual desires are very less during the menstrual cycle. In the case of estrous cycle of non-primates, there we can see very active performance during estrous cycle, right? There we can see formation of ovules and ovulation also we can see in non-primates during estrous cycle. Menstrual cycle can be seen in animals like apes, monkeys, mammals, other also well-developed primates. The menstrual cycle is a regular natural change that occurs in the female reproductive system. In the case of female of primates, we can see the menstrual cycle. That means it is a regular, natural, generally life cycle of. That means cycle duration can be 28 days. It is not necessary. We can be seen earlier like 25 days also. We can be seen mostly up to 45 days also. So that not means generally, naturally, it can be seen for 28 days. Menstrual cycle occurs in female. That is not only 28 days. It can occur before, it can occur lately also. So it is depends upon the mode of nutrition, healthy body, and various activities. First menstrual cycle in the case of female, it is termed as menarche. Generally, at the age of puberty, puberty in the case of female, it is about 12 to 13 years old. It can be 12 years, 12 and a half years, 13 years, right? The first time which menstrual cycle arising in female called menarche, and the last menstrual cycle is termed as menopause. Menopause is nothing but at the age of 45 to 50, the female menstrual cycle stops. Once menstrual cycle stops, production of ova also stops, so there we cannot see sexually active. Once they reach 45 to 50 years, they stop reproduction also. So I did something research about why the menopause occurs in female body. In the case of humans, we can see from the puberty. In the case of males, so not in the case of male, the puberty starts at the age of 14 or 13, 13 or 14. At the age of puberty, they start production of sperms. The sperms will be continue develop to the death of the male. If they started sperms, releasing the sperms from the testes will be producing, even they get age of 80 also, 90 also, they are able to produce sperms until their death. In the case of female, the menarche starts at the age of puberty. And the menopause means stopping the menstrual cycle. Stopping the menstrual cycle, menopause, it occurs 45 to 50 years. It can be earlier also sometimes. It can occur from 40 years also. Why? We have did some research based on the menopause. Generally, the female can give birth to baby. What is the functions of male? Male are only participating in copulation and they are depositing the sperm. That is nothing but male. In the case of female, they are receiving the sperms. The fertilization of sperm and ovum occurring in the female body. And the fertilization after the zygote will form in female body only. The zygote develops as embryo, then the embryo completely develops as new fetus. Fetus come outside from the mother body. So these are all things have to faced by females after giving birth for 1 year or 1.5 years. They have to feed milk to babies also. Once they give milk to babies, however, the baby is getting milk from the mother, the calcium which they are losing from the bones. The milk of mother contain calcium. The calcium produced by bones. That means, however, mother feeding the milk to the babies, the mother also lose the calcium from the bone. That means at the age of 40, 40 plus, they become very, very, what we call generally, the body bones become not strong, right? So they become some unhealthy status also we can see. So that is the situation we can see. Menopause is necessary for female because they have to bear all kind of activities. They can give birth to 10, 20 babies also. Right, Ji? Clear for everyone? Phases of menstrual cycle. In the case of menstrual cycle, what happens? On the basis of ovarian changes, the changes in the ovary of female reproductive parts. The ovary is the female reproductive parts. The changes of female ovarian, based on that, we have follicular phases, luteal phases. Everything we will discuss in our female reproductive system, our reproduction in human chapter, right? On the basis of uterine changes, we have menstrual phase, proliferative phase, secretory phase. We will discuss now with small introduction. Later, when we study about reproduction in humans, especially female reproductive parts, there we will discuss everything. You no need to worry, right? Parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis is nothing but development of an egg, that is ova, into complete individual without fertilization. The development of egg ova into a individual without fertilization. Some kind of animals we can see without fertilization also they give birth to new young one without fertilization. The ova will arise new young one we can see. It is of two types: natural parthenogenesis, artificial parthenogenesis. Parthenogenesis are nothing but here the ova only produce new offspring without the involvement of sperms. That is parthenogenesis. It is about two types: natural parthenogenesis, artificial parthenogenesis. We will understand about natural parthenogenesis, which is not there in your syllabus. Of course, it will be helpful for you. It occurs regularly in life cycle of certain animals like complete parthenogenesis. Also we call oblique parthenogenesis. That means exclusive mode of reproduction in females, not in males. It is not occurring males. All females of some lower organisms, when you go for your higher studies like MSc or your MBBS, there you will study completely about parthenogenesis. Here I am just giving you an introduction. So only female can perform oblique. Female only can perform oblique, that is complete parthenogenesis, arising the new organisms from only ova, not from sperm. Right? Example you can see here: lizard and typhloena. Snake typhloena and lizard are the example which perform natural parthenogenesis. And incomplete parthenogenesis. Incomplete parthenogenesis, both sexual reproduction and parthenogenesis occurs. In the case of honeybee, they produce sexually, that means fusion of male and female gametes, fertilization will form. Some female honeybees with the single ova without sperm, they produce offspring. That is incomplete, which are performing sexually, and parthenogenesis also, that we call incomplete parthenogenesis. And pedagogenetic parthenogenesis, that means it occurs in larva of liver fluke. In the case of liver fluke, we have studied sheep liver fluke, the larvae of Achelminthes. We can see pedagogenetic, that means the parthenogenesis which arise the ova. The ova only leads to giving birth to offspring. There is no need of sperms. Natural parthenogenesis on the basis of sex of offspring. The baby sex, baby male or female, it is following of two types. Arenotoky, only male are produced. That means from the ova, if they are producing only male, they are called as arenotoky. Right? Example: rotifers, honeybees, they produce only males. They won't produce female. Right? Thyletoky. Thyletoky means the organisms with the help of single ovum without sperm, which produce only female, not male. Like Lactera. Only female. Just before I said they won't produce male, they produce only female. Amphitoky. Amphitoky, they produce both male and female are produced by only ovum without the involvement of sperm. This kind of reproduction with the help of only ovum without any sperm, male reproductive gametes, that we call parthenogenesis. Examples are aphids. Aphids are the example for amphitoky, which produce both male and female. Phases in life cycle. In our life cycle, what kind of phases we have to face from birth to death? From birth to death, what kind of phases we have to face in our life cycle? First, we have juvenile phase, or also we call vegetative phase. Vegetative phase are called in all animals because during this age there is no reproduction. Without reproduction, this age will be passed. That is why we call vegetative phase. It is the period from growth between birth to reproductive age. From the birth to reproductive age means up to puberty, where the ovulation and spiration starts production. From birth to reproductive age means up to 13 or 14 years. This is called juvenile. Vegetative. Also, I have said why we call vegetative, because there is no reproduction. That is vegetative. Reproductive phase. Also, we call maturity phase. Reproductive phase. Also, we call maturity phase. In this maturity phase, what happens is during this, the organisms are able to reproduce. Once they start, once they get puberty, the sperms will be released, the ova will be released, so the fusion can be take place, the formation of zygote can be take place, so they are able to perform. Generally, in the case of human beings, they won't get reproduction, they won't perform reproduction at the age of puberty. They perform reproduction after getting marriage. It can be after 20 to 25 years, right? But they can reproduce from the puberty only. Senescent phase. Senescent phase is nothing but it begins at the end of reproductive phase. At the end of reproductive phase, in the case of females, we can see after menopause, the senescent phase starts. Generally, we call old age. Old age is different, and senescent phase is different. Senescent phase is that phase where reproduction stops. Can be seen senescent phase in male. Need your answer? The senescent phase can be seen in male or not. In the case of female, we can see menopause. In menopause, the stops of ovulation, there will be no menstruation. In the case of male, can be seen senescent phase. Need your answer? Comment below. Waiting for your answer. Sheikh, Ajmad, Kareem, Akhil. Yes, waiting for your answer. In the case of male, can be seen senescent stopping of reproductive age. Can be seen or not? Waiting for your answer. You can comment below. Right. Finally, let's understand about aging. Aging means getting the age older, getting the old age and senescence. That means the gradual and spontaneous changes. That means the organs which convert into old one, resulting in maturation. They have completely become old through childhood and adolescence. From childhood, adolescence, young, they become old one. And then decline through middle and late age. They have completed all cycles. They have completed childhood and puberty age, young age, adult age. So they have completed all cycles. They reach the old age. Senescence are the process by which the capacity of cell division, growth, and function last over time. There we cannot see production of new cells, arising of new organism. We cannot see. So also we can see absence of spermatogenesis, absence of oogenesis, right? In the case of male, until the death, sperms will be continued. The senescence can be seen especially in female. Yes, G, clear? Yes. Yes, G, I had a great lecture with you. You can join with me regularly in Unacademy Learning app. Download the Unacademy Learning app from Play Store. Install it in your Android phone, tab, PC, laptop, and set your goal as Karnataka CET. Type here Karnataka CET. Once you type Karnataka CET, you will find Karnataka Common Entrance Test. By touching on the plus symbol, select the Karnataka CET in English language because most of the top educators are teaching in English. And you have to sign in or log in for verification purpose. Once you sign in or log in with your mobile number and your email, you will get a choice to post a question during live session. You will get a choice to interact with your educators. You can ask your doubts during live session. Without verifying with your mobile and email, you cannot ask any kind of doubts with your educators. So if you want to participate actively during live session, verify with your phone as well as in email OTP also. Also, you can find my profile as Shaik Imran in your Unacademy Learning app. Don't forget to follow my profile. So I request to you, you can follow you can follow all your top educators, your favorite educators from Unacademy Learning app. Once you follow our profiles, you will get all our upcoming free live classes notification. You cannot miss our classes. Also, once you start following, you will get all previously completed topics which help you a lot for your complete preparation. So don't forget to share our profile with your friends. You can message us also through Unacademy Learning app. We will receive your message. We will give you your 100% doubt clarity. So if you are watching first time, this is for you. You can go for plus subscription. You can go for 12 or 6 months plan, which costs around 12,375 and 10,125. You can pay like per month EMI also. This is a wonderful choice. You can sit and learn from your home. You no need to spend much time for journey. No need to waste your money also. So for very less price we have, you can go for trial price if you are first time. You can trial for 1 month. You can understand better about Unacademy. Being a plus subscriber, you will get premium content at a very low and affordable price. You will get structured live courses. You will get dedicated live doubt clearing sessions. There you will get 100% doubt clarification. You will have quiz at regular and interval session. We have already started batches. You can join with us. Test series you will get daily practice test. You will get full length mock test which help for your complete analysis. Single subscription for unlimited access. You can crack your dreams. You can crack your Karnataka CET 2021 with Unacademy. You can become top ranker with Unacademy. For that, you have to join in Plus course. By joining Plus course with 1 month, 6 months, or you can go for 12 months and 24 months also. 2 years also we have plans for you. You can join with us by getting subscription. If you want to learn with me in Plus course, use my code that is Imran Live. By using my code, you will get 10% off also. If you use my code, you will get physics, chemistry, math, biology, all set of preparation. So, meet you again with a new topic, new lecture. Until then, bye. Take care.